Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. Okay, all right. And I just wanted to come and run my mouth. Now, listen. Ooh, Onika. I don't know. I mean, Kenneth is her husband, girl, and she's sticking beside him, girl. Every time I look up, girl, it's something going on with them patties. I mean, that's her husband. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Um, oh, girl. Oh, girl. I ain't got no man. But I will always, forever not understand that out of the pick of men that Nicki Minaj had to choose from, she pretty much chose like Pookie from the block. Like, you know how like when we talk about these stories about these women, like remember the other day I was like, girl, where are y'all meeting these men who are multimillionaires and billionaires? Right? Like Jeff Bezos, a girlfriend. Where did you meet Jeff Bezos at? Yeah, like, cause, but it's like the circles that she runs, she's gonna hang out and be around other people that you know what I'm saying. Like the rich girl, we just gonna call a thing, girl. The rich people not hanging out with the po folk. You, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I just don't get that all out of all the shoulders and places and people that she's bumped into and hung around and been surrounded by, girl, this is who she chose to marry and procreate with. He has a lot of baggage. True or not, he just has a lot that comes with him. I just will never understand it. I won't. Nikki had, and I know that money isn't everything, but girl, you still had Nicki Minaj is Nicki Minaj. Girl, you could have pretty much probably been with anybody. I mean, it is what it is. All right, y'all. So Nicki Minaj facing $750,000 in damage over her husband's alleged attack on security guards. So this is according to the blast. So Nicki Minaj and her husband Kenneth Petty are being sued for $750,000. Is Kenneth Petty being sued? Girl, girl, don't take no shade. If they lose, who you think paying that 750,000? You think it's gonna be Kenneth or do you think it's gonna be Onika? All right. Anyways, child. After he allegedly attacked a security guard who was part of her team, um, at the end of January 2022, the blast reported that Petty and Nicki were being sued for assault on a bodyguard named Thomas Windingmuller. Girl, I can't pronounce his last name. I'm just gonna call him Thomas. Who resides in Germany. He has the rapper on the hook for battery and affliction of emotional distress. According to documents obtained by the blast, Thomas stated that he was working as head of security for Nicki's 2019 concert in Frankfurt, Germany. That was the show where a fan hopped up on the stage, surpassing the bodyguards, and Nicki didn't like that. The docs say that the concert goer breached a security guard barricade, dividing the audience from the stage, and was able to get on stage while Nicki was performing. In obtaining access to the stage, the concert goer bypassed a female security guard stationed at the stairs leading to the stage. A newly filed doc obtained by the blast now puts a dollar amount on the damages, and it's a shocking $750,000, or over $750,000. The security guard claimed in the original filing that Nicki was unharmed, but ultimately overreacted. Now I'm gonna side with Nicki on a little bit of what I read. Okay, this is what he says: the concert goer did not cause harm to any other person, um, nor did he damage any property during or after his limited time on stage. He simply danced on stage to the music. He did not attempt to and did not actually make any physical contact with Minaj while on stage. The security guard claims that after the show, Nicki, Kenneth, and a few people from her entourage confronted them. He was uncomfortable. Excuse me. He was uncomfortable because the group was a substantial amount of people. He basically it was a whole. He basically just he basically said it was a whole bunch of niggas. Okay, they recall that Nicki and her crew were irate during the confrontation and screamed at the female security guard that she was an effing B and accused her of having put Minaj in physical danger. During the confrontation, the female security guard was in tears and apologized to Minaj. Although she apologized, Nicki wasn't happy and insisted on another apology, but this time she pulled her phone out to record it. She pushed the security guard to tell Minaj fans via the recording that she failed to do her job and put Minaj in danger. Why I can see Nicki doing something like that. Nicki then pulled her shoes off and then threw them at the security guard, but missed. For Thomas, the assault took place when he was summoned backstage by Petty, who then approached him with two other bodyguards, and he and Nicki proceeded to yell insults at him and accuse him of being in some kind of entanglement with the female bodyguard, which he denies. Without warning, Petty punched Thomas from the side and made contact with the right of his face. The security guard claims that he spent 10 long, painful days in the hospital after feeling immediate extreme pain after Petty struck the first blow. He stepped aside to get away, but he was also disoriented. After 2 or 3 minutes, under the belief that his jaw was broken, Thomas turned the corner again, returning to the location where Petty hit him. The police were then called, and an investigation was launched. Here we are, $750K later. Okay, I will say this much. I would have in my head that, girl, if a fan ran on stage, whether it was Nicki, Beyonce, girl, your job is to get their ass off stage. It sounds like to me, from what I read, that because they felt as though the fan wasn't close to Nicki, because he was on stage for a little amount of time, that it wasn't that big of a deal. Now that's how I'm processing what I read. And I read this before I got on camera, and I read it again while on camera. So it sounds like they were making excuses of, oh, kind of like, girl, you didn't get hurt, it's not that big of a deal. That's how I took it. Now, with that being said, girl, Nicki. Girl, Nicki, girl. And that's the thing, like, Nicki, you're Nicki Minaj. Like, I don't even like that Nicki is putting herself in these types of situations. Like, and if Nicki is a hothead and her husband is a hothead, girl, that's just gonna be a disaster. Because if Nicki is pissed off, which I really believe she had every right to be pissed off, because the truth of the matter is, again, fans just don't need to run on stage. And if you do, you need to be escorted off as quickly as possible. Unless the artist says, no, it's okay, come on. You know what I'm saying? Um, Girl, all I'm gonna say, they just should have handled that differently. Because if this did happen, it's like, girl, now you're being sued. Because I don't know what Kenneth got, but I mean, girl, Kara, do he got $750,000? But even if he did, girl, like, it just sounds a mess. Somebody needs to be able to keep their cool and rectify the situation without laying hands on someone. So even if Nicki was upset, Kenneth should have been the one to try to calm her down and assure her that, okay, I'm going to handle this, right? I'm going to talk to them to make sure that this never happens again. I'll make sure that, if if they had another concert the next day, that girl, they're gone. I'm going to make sure that we have somebody else to handle, whatever, whatever, whatever. But if you hyped up and Nicki hyped up, everybody hyped up. And if the queen of the ship is like this, and then her husband is like this, then everybody else is gonna be like this. You see what I'm saying? Somebody needs to be calm in that situation. That's why I'm so happy. One thing I will give Beyonce, and I know everybody is not the same. I don't act like Beyonce. You don't act like Beyonce. Everybody don't act like Beyonce. One thing I will give Beyonce is Beyonce has done a great job of making sure that things that don't have anything to do with her, they don't have nothing to do with her. Like, what I'm trying to say is this. I remember watching I think it was a Four documentary. And remember when she was in the room having a conversation with two of her employees. I think they were arguing, going back and forth about something. I think they were arguing about the clothes and something. I can't remember, child. And Beyonce was like, okay, this don't have nothing to do with me. Basically, like, my job is my job, your job is your job, your job is your job. This don't have nothing to do with me, so I'm leaving. Y'all gonna have to figure it out. I just wish that Nicki had someone on her team where she could say, this is unacceptable, you need to fix this. Like, who was ever over hiring that security team or hiring the security for that event, she needs to tell them, you need to make sure that this never happens again. Because if it happens again, then your job is on the line. And that should have been the end of it to me. Does that make sense what I'm saying? But what I say, baby, Nicki, girl, that's your man. What I said, Nicki said she gonna stick beside her man. I like Nicki. I think Nicki is a funny woman. I think she's hilarious. I think she's talented as hell. I love when she does her Queen radio. But girl, your husband? That's probably girl. Ooh, honey. Ooh, child. Mm-mm. 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 All right, so Neyo and Crystal Renee finalized the divorce. This is what I wanted to talk about the other day, but I forgot. Neyo to pay over $1 million in fees, and both can't bring new partner around kids unless they're married or engaged to them. Ooh, girl. Basically, like I just said, both will share joint custody and have agreed not to have any romantic partners around the children unless they are engaged or married to the partner. Girl, that's what they both agreed to. Oh, that sounds like a headache to me. I don't think that you should just. I don't think you should just bring Pookie or Keisha around your kids. You know what I'm saying? Especially not these niggas. Okay. Um. Let me shut up, child. Especially if you got little girls. Okay. But it just sounds like I don't know. Like, again, I don't think that you should just bring random people around your kids, a random one night stand, or someone who you might be dating. But girl, you mean to tell me that girl, my kids are not able to come around the person who I'm with unless I'm engaged or married? That sounds like some shit Neyo came with, and Crystal just. That really sounds like some shit that Neyo came up with. Because niggas will ruin their families and then get mad when another nigga around their kids. Not because they feel like, girl, of safety reasons, they just mad. Right? So I feel like that's something Neo came up with, and his head and Crystal just agreed with it. It just, but what if Crystal gets to the point, or Neo, because I don't know who idea it was. But what if either one comes up, decides one day that I don't want to ever get married again? So what happens in that case? You see what I'm like? What if Crystal says, I don't want to get married? I don't want to get married no more. What if Neil says, this marriage is not for me? Last time I messed it up and I had to come off so much money. So I think we gonna love each other. You my woman, I'm your man. Whatever. Just what if they don't want to get married? Then what happens then? So the only way that I guess that they're saying that it would be looked at as you being in a committed relationship is if you're engaged? Girl, what if I've been with this person for 5 years? You mean for 5 years my kids can't never come around this person? Is that what I just read? New Both can't bring new partner around kids unless they're married or engaged to them. That sounds like a headache. For y'all out there, do y'all have arrangements like that? And if so, what do you do? Like any of you out there who have an arrangement like Neo and Crystal, like what do you do? I feel like I'm pointing the middle finger at y'all. I'm scratching my nose. Because my nose been peeling, child. Like what do you do? Do you just... Girl, that sounds like a headache to me. It does. I couldn't imagine being in a committed relationship and me being with this person, and because I'm not engaged or married, girl, my kids can't come around them. I guess that's something they're gonna have to figure out, girl. That sounds like a mess. That's what it sounds like to me. Oh, the other day when I was talking about Beyonce, remember the guy Toure? Toure, is that his name? Um, I had the article. I don't even feel like looking for it no more, child. I thought I had it up. I don't. I'm gonna leave it. I'll talk about that in another video. Girl, Babyface reaches divorce settlement with ex-wife Nicole, agrees to pay almost $40,000 a month. Babyface and his ex-wife Nicole have reached a divorce settlement, and he will now be paying her almost $40,000 per month. The settlement comes nearly 2 years after the former couple announced in the summer of 2021 that they were divorcing. In addition to the $37,000 a month, the two will share joint custody of their 14-year-old daughter Peyton. According to Radar Online, the $37,000 will cover both spousal and child support. In addition to Babyface agreeing to continue making the insurance and lease payments on her Cadillac Escalade, while also pledging to pay 65% of his daughter's college tuition. This is what I'm gonna tell y'all women. If you get with a man, the best thing for you to do, and I'm not saying this is what happened. Let me just say this. I'm not saying that this is what happened in this case. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying that when I read these stories, of course, the first thing people say is, "Girl, that's too much money. That's too much. Blah, blah, blah. That's too much money. That's too much." I just feel like, girl, y'all need to start looking out for yourselves. So then when push comes to shove, because more than likely, if you get a divorce and if you're in a marriage with somebody that got some money, girl, the first thing people are going to holler and scream is, girl, that's not your money, that's his money. But I guarantee you, if y'all flip the script and get with these men and either make sure that you have something in stone that you're going to get a certain dollar amount, a certain whatever, if the marriage dissolves, then okay, that's one way to look at it. But girl, start going into the marriage like, I'm not being no stay-at-home mom. I'm not taking care of no kids. I'm getting my money too. Because at the end on Mad Day, girl, that's gonna be his money. And then you ain't got to worry about like that girl Chanel Theory, whatever her name, DJ Mustard's ex-wife. You was over there, girl, when he was big and fat. Girl, he got a little gastric bypass. What is it called? Gastric. Got his stomach cut into a quarter. The girl lost a little weight. Now he want a divorce you. And now you over there talking about, girl, I'm taking care of the kids by myself. I need some child support. Yeah. I don't know, child. I'm just like, you should always take care of your kids. But, girl, I just don't. You should never put yourself in a position. You know what I'm trying to say? You should never put yourself in a position where if your marriage relationship comes to an end, you have to beg for money to make sure that you and your children are clothed and fed. So even if that nigga want to be a sorry ass nigga, that's on him, right? You still need to take his ass to court and get whatever money. But while you're doing that, it shouldn't be an issue what, where, when, how I'm going to take care and provide for me and my kids. Because I know this nigga ain't going to give me shit. You see what I'm saying? It should never get to that point. It should never get to that point where if your marriage comes to an end, you sitting there looking like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Because you've been supporting this nigga this whole goddamn time. But shout out to Babyface wife. Back to Babyface wife. Back to her. Shout out to her. Girl, Quadis is kept. I didn't even know Babyface. Quadis is kept. I didn't even know the nigga was married and getting a divorce. Maybe we talked about it and I just don't remember. So Shakira. um, Basically her ex, Gerard's girlfriend, Gerard Pique's girlfriend, is reportedly in hiding after enduring an anxiety attack over singer's diss track. Excuse me. Girl, he kind of fine with his old trifling ass. Um, well, it looks as if Shakira's new song, which many are calling a diss track, is not having just an effect on her millions of fans, but also the woman it's seemingly about. According to The Blast, who cites Spanish news outlet Marca, Gerard's Pete's new girlfriend, Clara Chia Marti, girl, I'm just messing these people's name up, is reportedly in hiding after the Colombian singer dropped her latest hit, BRZRP Music Sessions number 53, a few weeks ago. For those who aren't aware, Shakira made history last month when she released a track as it became the most streamed Latin song in a single day in Spotify history, 14.4 million, and has currently amassed over 220 million streams. Mind you, BZRP Music Sessions only came out on January the 11th. Needless to say, the popularity of the song, which seemingly referenced Marti several times, has allegedly led the model to suffer anxiety attacks, with people reportedly teasing her on the street and singing the lyrics to her. They stop her on the street. They stop her on the street to ask her who she is. They sing the song to her. Everyone recognizes her, and she's quite a shy girl. She has been at her parents' house for about 8 days working from home. Marti is alleged to have cheated with Shakira's ex-husband while he was... Are they still married? I don't know if they married or divorced yet. While he was still in a relationship with Shakira. The exes have, who share 2 children, Sasha and Milan, called it quits over the summer of 2022. Girl, all I'm going to say is this. I'm not saying this right, but bitch, you can't be no side hoe. And girl, now all of a sudden, you want to go and hide. Because when your hoe ass was in that lady's house, eating up her strawberry jam. See, I don't know if y'all heard about that. I know we talked about this. I don't know if y'all watched the video. Remember I told y'all that the story was allegedly Shakira eats strawberry jam or some type of jam. Whatever jam or jelly that it was, nobody else in the house ate it. She knew her husband didn't eat it and her 2 kids didn't eat it. So Shakira done took her ass off to work, probably on tour somewhere. She done brought her ass back home, and girl, somebody is in her jelly. Girl, so Shakira went to the refrigerator and she was like, "Who the hell been in my jelly?" Cause you don't eat it, nigga, and I know them kids don't eat it. Who you done had up in this house? That bitch was in that lady's house eating that lady's jelly. I swear, it sounds like I'm making this shit up. I'm not making this shit up. This is what the people say. Oh my God. I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. I swear to God, this is what the people said. Okay? So, then Shakira was like, girl, who been in this house? Now, okay, I'm adding a little bit to it because I don't know what Shakira really did when she got into the house. But I feel like she walked into the house and was like, nigga, who been eating my jelly? And that's how it went down. So I'm just saying, girl, if you want to be a hoe, then certain shit come with being hoes. See, this is the problem, y'all. That's why I keep telling y'all, I don't have no respect for the new hoes. I don't. I don't have no respect for the new hoes, girl. You know, I come from another time, another day, where the side hoes were exactly that, the side hoes. You never really saw them. You never knew about them. Y'all new girls, girl, y'all be doing too much. Y'all be doing too much, girl. Y'all be doing too much. It's one thing for you to be in there having sex in a man bed, but girl, you probably, more than likely, if you in there and you comfortable enough to go to the refrigerator and fix you a jelly sandwich, then you was in there fucking that man. Do I feel sorry for that hoe? Hell no. You wanted them. You wanted them. Now you got them. I'm not saying that he should be getting away with it and not being teased, but we know how this works. That's another thing. Y'all have to realize that, girl, I'm not saying that it's right and I'm not saying that I agree with it, but the truth of the matter is a side chick gonna always get stoned before the cheating husband does. So, girl, what you thought was gonna happen? You thought you was gonna sleep with this woman's husband and then you was just gonna be able to walk down the street? Now you embarrassed, hiding in your mama's house. Nah, ho, take your ass outside. Go outside. Go outside. Go outside. Go outside, girl. Go outside, Maria. Whatever her name is. Guadalupe. I don't know, Rosa. I don't know the girl name. Girl, go outside, Rosa. Go outside. Because you ain't had no problem going outside when you was going to Shakira's house. So take your ass outside. I don't feel sorry for her. Y'all want to be hoes and do hoe shit. Sometimes consequences come with being a hoe. Sometimes it's embarrassment. Next time, when you want to be a hoe and sleep with married men, you need to go be a hoe, sleep with the married men, get you some money, get you some bags. Girl, what you should have been doing while you was on there eating that lady's jelly, you should have been trying to get that nigga for a couple of dollars. Girl, start you a little business or something. That's the old school girls that I know, when they hold, that's what they was trying to do. They was trying to get some money. Girl, pay some bills off. Start a little girl, get a little hair salon. Girl, turn one of their bedrooms into a little hair salon. Girl, they running a whole hair salon out of a 2-bedroom apartment. Girl, got so much shit going on in a people apartment complex. That's old school hoe at 101. Y'all new school hoes, y'all know shit. I just say. All right, y'all. I'm going. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.